President Trump is threatening Minneapolis now with the possibility of military troops. On social media, the president said he will institute the Insurrection Act if Minnesota politicians don't stop the anti-ICE protests. What would that mean, and has that ever happened before? Esme Murphy joins us with from the newsroom with more on that. Esme?
Hi, Frank. It would mean armed federal active duty soldiers would be patrolling the streets of Minneapolis. It's exactly what Governor Walz and Mayor Frey don't want and why they're pleading for calm. In his social media post, the president says, quote, many presidents have invoked the Insurrection Act. That is true. The last time was 34 years ago in 1992. President George H.W. Bush was asked by the then governor of California to send troops to end the violent riots in the aftermath of the Rodney King verdicts. In that case, 4 white Los Angeles police officers were acquitted of beating a black man, Rodney King. Like the Renee Good shooting, the beating was captured on video. The Insurrection Act was used repeatedly during the Civil Rights Movement in the 1950s and 60s to enforce desegregation of schools.
Under the 1807 Act, the president is giving wide latitude to invoke the Insurrection Act. And there's no definition within the act of what actually constitutes an insurrection.
Constitutional law professor David Schultz says the Insurrection Act has been used 30 times in the last 230 years. The act is used generally for 3 reasons: at the request of a state government, to protect constitutional rights, or to enforce federal laws. If the president invokes the Insurrection Act, citizens as well as journalists would keep all their rights.
Even if the federal troops are on the streets, they still have to respect all the constitutional rights and liberties that individuals have, including the right to free speech, freedom of assembly, including the ability to do what? To photograph the federal troops and so forth. So this is not a suspension of the Constitution.
Professor Schultz says the Insurrection Act would also, or could also, allow President Trump to federalize the Minnesota National Guard. Normally, the Guard is under the command of the governor. The Insurrection Act could put it under the control of President Trump.
All right. Thanks for the update, Esme. We appreciate it.